Good morning. Welcome to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. It's good to have you with us on this Tuesday morning, April the 2nd. Hope you made it past April Fool's Day, which was yesterday, of course. And if you didn't notice, however, April Fool's Day and social media are never a good combination. I learned that yesterday. A lot of crazy stuff out there, but we've got a great show for you for the next half hour. We're live from the HCCTV studios this morning. My co-host in the other studio, not that far away, Benji Escobar is joining me this morning. Good to see you, Benji.
Good to see you too, Todd. As you were saying about the April Fool stuff, it's crazy that these companies come out with these jokes like, oh, this is our new product. And I'm like, it's actually a pretty good idea, but they don't want to invest in it.
Yeah, I know some of the things, and there was a lot of things going on yesterday. For example, there was a announcement that Coach Kelvin Sampson had retired. That was going across social media, and people were like, "What the heck is going on here?" So anyway, we made it through that. Benji, we want to thank everyone watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube. We're here just about every weekday when HCC is in session, live at 10 a.m., but they can also catch us in social media anytime, and we're on HCC TV as well, Benji.
Yeah, we're live on Houston Community College Facebook district page, not Houston Community College, but Houston Community College District. We're also on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV, our own TV channel, where you can catch the rebroadcast of this show at noon, 5, and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Okay, so Benji, there's a new production that's drama production that's coming up, and we're learning how it was created by William Shakespeare and the HCC Central Devising Ensemble. Elisa Diehl is joining us now. She's an HCC drama instructor. Good to see you, Elisa. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How about you?
Good, very good, very good. And we're looking forward to hearing about this new production you guys have coming up. So stick around. I'll be with you in about 10 minutes or so. It is Tasty Tuesday, as we mentioned, and we're learning about a new Japanese place in Upper Kirby and also one on the far west side of town. Chef Sherman Yeung is the chef and owner of Tobiuo Sushi and Bar and Money Cat. He joins us now live. Good to see you, Chef.
Thank you for having me, Todd.
Yeah, so tell us first about a bit about Tobiuo and your inspiration for that. And you guys are located on the far west of town with Tobiuo, correct?
Yeah. So the Tobiuo is in Katy area, so right off Cinco Ranch Boulevard in 99. Yeah, just a higher upper scale Japanese restaurant. Excuse me, that serves sushi and just Japanese cuisine as well.
I was looking at your Facebook page this morning, and I'm telling you, you had me at raw oysters with Akura on them. That's what it looked like. I saw it, and I'm a huge fan of Akura. Is that on the menu?
Yeah. I mean, and generally anything you like to eat too. Yeah. So if you like oysters, you like ikura, you like a certain fish, like we're definitely up for like putting it together as well. So we like to cater to whatever you guys like to eat as well.
Sushi restaurants have really seems like they've exploded across the Houston area. How does your restaurant differ from the others?
It really is. I mean, other than, culinary wise, trying to push ourselves and trying to explore, what's out there, it's also listening to like the guests, right? There's a really fine balance about sticking to what your vision is and also listening to your guests. Like at one point, you don't really want to stay stubborn and just commit to one menu. And also you really want to, because at the end of the day, whoever funds your restaurant is people that are coming to eat in. So, and certain people like what they like. So it's just also listening to the guests, like, hey, I like, for example, if you were to come in and say, you like a certain combination with these oysters, like, yeah, let's try it. And if it works, it works.
Well, I got to tell you, you're the first one that I've seen that. I eat a lot of sushi. I live in the inner loop. So I do eat a lot of sushi, but you are the first one I've ever seen with raw oysters with Akura on it. And, and if folks aren't familiar, Akura are, I believe, are they salmon eggs, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. I just tried them out for the first time about a year ago, and I just love it every time I get sushi. You guys, it looks like have some special events. Tell us a bit about those at Tobiuo?
Yeah, so we haven't had one in a couple months, but the most recent one, or the most common one we did, like end of last year was a bluefin cutting event. So basically, we bring in an entire bluefin tuna, which is about 350 pounds.
Yeah.
And we'll cut it up and prepare it and serve 9 to 12 courses featuring the tuna we just cut. So it's a very innovative, or it's very interactive experience because you guys see it broken down and prepared right in front of you.
That's pretty incredible. And I don't think people realize, I'm going to ask you, how much that whole bluefin, how much would a price on the market go for a whole bluefin like that nowadays?
They're pretty expensive. It's a couple of thousand. It depends on the
Yeah.
weight, but for that size, at least a couple $1,000 for sure.
And you guys break it down and people get to see the cuts and how you use them. And I mean, it doesn't get much fresher than that.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure.
Do you have a happy hour event there as well? Do you have a lot of folks that sport it for a happy hour?
Yeah. Kitty's a great market. There's a lot of business people. There's a lot of people that stay at home. So yeah, from 2 to 5 every day, we have social hour every day.
And for those who, I like raw fish, but a lot of people are like, I like to go to sushi restaurants, but I only eat the cooked stuff as well. Do you cater to those people as well?
Definitely. Yeah. We have a lot of cooked sushi items. We also have a lot of killer kitchen items as well too. And we cater to people who don't eat sushi. We cater to people who love sushi. We pretty much have something for everyone.
Now, your other restaurant is called Money Cat.
Mhm.
I'd heard about that. I think I read about it when it opened on one of the magazines. But tell us a bit about Money Cat. And from what I understand, it draws on a French technique.
Yeah. So Money Cat and Tobiuo share the same DNA, but Money Cat is just a little crazier, is how I like to describe it. So when I say same DNA, we still serve sushi, we still serve Japanese food, but we put a little more like flair and spin, a lot more cultural influences. So like you said, we put a lot of French cooking techniques. A lot of my cooks are from different ethnic backgrounds, so we like to put that influence on that technique into the dishes as well too.
And from what I've read, is Money Cat, do they specialize more or less on courses as opposed to a la carte or, sushi pieces or something like that? It looks like it was a course meal. Is that correct?
Not necessarily a course meal. I mean, just like Tobiuo, we focus more on a la carte, but our majority we like to focus on like a family setting. So we encourage people to order more and bring more people, so then they could share. Because our dish is not like, so compared to like Tobiuo, someone can come in, order a dish, and then be done. For Money Cat, we like to encourage people to try out multiple dishes because they're a little smaller, so then they can share and try out more.
That seems to be more of a trend nowadays too, with a lot of restaurants getting a chance to have you try more than one thing, the small shareable dishes. And I guess you guys encourage your guests to map a course or something like that to create an experience for themselves.
Yeah, definitely. And our servers are perfectly capable to do that. We have plenty of guests come in like, hey, I don't know what I want. You guys take care of it, right? So it's based on omakase held by a server, and that server, he or she will just order everything for them and course it out exactly how it's best served, right? So for example, you basically want to take your taste buds on a roller coaster ride. You don't want to serve a fatty dish after fatty dish after fatty dish. Otherwise, it's just overwhelming of like too much heaviness. So we kind of take it, we'll start like a fatty dish and then like a leaner dish just to kind of like mess with your taste palette.
What are some of the most popular items on your menu at Money Cat? What can people expect to find?
Yeah, so ironically, at a sushi restaurant, we have a really progressive bread program. So we make all our breads in-house. So one of our most popular starters is the honey vanilla milk buns. We serve it with a side of culture butter, smoked trout roe, and a maple soy tare. So it's a very interactive and very delicious dish.
And what about the main courses?
Yeah. So actually, one dish that we launched a few months ago for our seasonal menu is the tiger prawns. So this is basically giant shrimp. We grill over robata. We serve with a cashew puree. It's really good. That's also Thai and Lao inspired as well too.
My producer said, I bet Todd eats there tonight. I don't know if I'll make it tonight, but I'm definitely going to try out Money Cat. And I'm always a fan of sushi. So Toby will have to get out there as well. Tell our folks once again where both restaurants are located.
Yeah. So again, Toby's in the Katy area in Lawson Terra, the shopping plaza. Money Cat is in Kirby area, so 59 and Kirby pretty much.
All right. And we're going to have all your social media information and links in our post after the show. Chef Sherman Yeung, good to have you here with us on the show. Wish you continued success, and you will see me at those restaurants in the near future.
Thanks so much, Todd.
Thank you. All right, Benji, now you got a few other ideas of where you can take your girlfriend.
Yeah, that too. And I'll be brave not to eat the raw stuff because you were right. I am one of the ones that just eats the cooked sushi stuff, but I need to try the raw stuff.
Oh, I like the raw stuff. Yeah. Yeah, try the raw oyster with the akura. It'll be life changing for you.
Okay. All right.
All
So
right,
now
we're
we're
going to turn
moving.
things over because you got a special guest, and we've got a drama production upcoming here at HCC.
Yeah, now we're moving on to Elisa Diehl. She is the HCC drama instructor and director of Macbeth in a Bookshop. Welcome to the show, Elisa.
Morning.
Good morning. Yes, as we said on the top of the show, this production is given the HCC Central Drama Department credit, along with William Shakespeare for devising the play. So let's start there. What exactly does devising mean in this sense?
Devising in a theatrical sense is when a group of like-minded individuals take a point of departure, something that everyone's agreed on to start with, and then around that create the production from scratch. So it doesn't start with a script. It starts with either an idea or a system of ideas, and everyone works together to create what you're going to see on stage. So we are using it as sort of the play that within that happens is Macbeth. So the play within a play is the Shakespeare, and the play on the outer shell of that play is the devised work by the HCC Central Devising Ensemble. So all of the performers participated in that creational process, including our Foley artist, the woman who is creating the sound effects on stage, participated in the devising as well. So everybody worked on that, and it is really fun. I think everyone will enjoy it when they come to see the show.
Of course. And you said this might take a little bit longer than a usual play to bring up to the stage. Tell us about that. Did it take longer? All the details.
It takes about the same. The HCC process for rehearsals is very atypical for theater because of when the buildings are open and when we're allowed to use them. We can only rehearse Monday through Thursday in the evening, and because of that, our rehearsal process by the calendar is longer than you would get in a more typical rehearsal process, say professionally or in community theater. I would say hour for hour, it's about the same as what you would expect from any rehearsal process. It's just that it's been divvied up a little bit differently. So I will say that generally devising processes can be a little bit longer than a typical rehearsal process because the creation on the front end has to happen. That's not always the case. It really is individual to specific teams, and we have a great team. Everyone worked together so well, and they're continuing to work together so well. I think you'll see the magic happen on stage. But we're dealing within the usual Houston Community College rehearsal, framework.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear I have a great team over there. And also tell us about how the students' contributions to the show go much further than just creating the world of the bookshop. Tell us about that.
Oh, yes. We actually have quite a few student technicians on board in addition to our performers, and many of our performers are also working as technicians and designers. One of our performers created slides for an advertisement scroller on a TV in the bookshop, and there are a lot of inside jokes about the context and world of Macbeth historically and the play and things like that I think fans of Shakespeare will definitely enjoy. But she did the graphic design for that, working with Dr. Douglas, a fellow faculty member for HCC Drama, who is a very competent professional graphic designer. So she's learning with him and creating the work for that. And we have our Foley artist who is creating the sound effects from behind the checkout counter in the bookshop during the play. And we also have a student assistant lighting designer. And the students assisted in building the set and painting and hanging and focusing the lights and doing all of those things. So it is a very hands-on student experience. This is one of our 3 practicum productions. So it is associated with a class and the educational process of the hands-on practical, I suppose in an academic sense, the lab side of theater. So the creational process is more than just creating and performing the performance. It's also creating the world in a more physical sense.
Of course, of course. And you say Macbeth is famous for a reason. Why is that?
It's a good play. I'm a big fan of most of Shakespeare's late career plays,
Hmm.
particularly the ones where he was the primary or the only playwright working on it. Some of his collaborations I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, I'm not saying I haven't seen occasional good productions of Pericles, but it's
Okay.
usually because the director has made a lot of cuts.
Yeah.
Whereas Macbeth is good from start to finish. And by virtue of that, we are performing the whole play. This play, just like all of the other Shakespeare plays, does get cut for competition pieces, like down to 45 minutes or whatever the needs of that particular production company are. We are doing every single act and scene. We're not doing every single word. Some of the monologues have been cut down for time because we need to be out of the building by 10.
Yeah.
But we are doing the whole play and it's all good. It is very well written. There is just lots of action, lots of
Okay.
moral dilemma.
Hmm.
It's a fun, interesting play. And I think that that's probably the reason that a lot of high school English classes use it as a frame of reference for Shakespeare. It's the reason that it is performed very often. It doesn't hurt that it's one of Shakespeare's shorter plays. You go to do Hamlet and you have to figure out where to make the cuts because nobody wants to sit in a theater for 4 hours anymore.
Yeah.
But Macbeth is delightfully, just naturally, all on its own, only about 2.5 hours. So,
Wow. Wow.
so that's very
Yeah.
handy. And
Yeah.
again, it's just a fantastic play. It's everything you want in theater. It's, you know, arguments and battles and murder. Everybody likes a good murder
Yeah.
mystery. I mean, obviously, it's not a mystery for the audience.
Yeah,
They
of
they
course.
see the front end planning on the part of the people who actually do all the murders, but still, it's peak entertainment and has continued to be so for the past, more than 400 years.
Yeah. And on this topic about fights and all this scene, I know that there's gonna be a good fight scene in this play for people who
Oh,
haven't seen
tons.
Macbeth.
Yeah.
Y'all basically choreographed like a whole fight scene. Tell us about that.
Oh gosh, it's way more than one fight scene. There's
Oh,
a
okay.
lot of
Oh,
fighting. Pretty much the
awesome.
entire fifth act is a system of 5 or 6 fight scenes. The two
Wow.
really big ones are the ones between Macbeth and young Seward and Macbeth and Macduff near
Mhm.
the end. And those are like lengthy. They go all over the stage. We've also got a few kind of like fight choreography light battle scenes
Ooh.
where a bunch of different like micro fights are going on and that honestly is largely for the sound of it all, the
Okay.
swords clashing, and it's more fun to see it and hear it, but
Yeah.
it's not central to the action until you get to those two really big ones near the end of Act 5. But it's fun and
Yeah.
exciting, and the actors have all been doing a great job of keeping it safe and professional, which I, as a fight choreography, you know, focused sort of individual, I do a lot of stage movement in my more specialized theater work. As a fight choreographer, I find that an audience can enjoy fight choreography more if they're not worried for the actors.
Yeah.
They can focus on the character if they don't think
Mhm.
the actors are going to get hurt. So there's
Yeah.
this weird fine line you have to walk
Mhm.
between keeping it interesting and exciting and forwarding the story with the fight choreography, while also not having the audience worry that these actors are going to lose fingers while they're at it.
Yeah.
So I think that everybody will enjoy it a lot, and I know that the performers are enjoying it as they continue to refine their fight choreography.
Of course. And I mean, you even have me excited about this play. And can you tell us the details? I mean, is this going to be available for people to go see? What are the details on that? Can you tell me about that?
Oh, absolutely. So we open the evening of April 11th. It's the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 15th. On the 11th, 12th, and 15th, it will start at 7:30 in the evening, though I do strongly recommend that if you're coming that you show up at 7. And then on Saturday, it's at 2. It's a matinee. And we're family friendly enough
Okay.
that I mean, it's obviously a play about war and murder and things, but we're family friendly enough that I would say you could easily bring your middle school, high school aged kids with you to that matinee if you wanted to. So there is that option. And then also you can get tickets through ID Loom if you want to reserve in advance.
Okay.
You can show up day of, but there's no guarantee you'll get a seat unless you reserve a ticket for free on ID Loom and show up, I'd say 15 minutes before the play. I don't recall the exact specifics, but I know there's a cutoff where they start giving your tickets to other people if you're not there.
Oh, wow.
Within that window. So if you do reserve a ticket, don't show up at 7:30. because they may have given your ticket to someone who was there a little earlier and they know will be able to get in and fill that seat.
Yeah, of course. Well, thank you so much, Elisa Diehl. She is the HCC drama instructor and director of Macbeth in a Bookshop. We will have all of your info in our post after the show. So thank you so much for being here. And you'll probably catch me there. I really want to take a look at this play.
Please do. Everyone's welcome.
All right. Thank you both. You know, Benji, little known fact. I was, in all throughout high school, I was in the drama department, in performances.
What?
My last high school play, my senior year, I split my head open twice in a fight scene, once in the rehearsal and once in the live performance. In the live performance, I mean, there's blood everywhere and people were like, man, that's realistic. It sure as heck was, because my head was split open twice. Yeah. So there you go. I had a nice black eye for prom pictures, so there's always that to remember.
There you go.
There you go. And, this is, the good thing about a lot of HCC's productions, they're free to our students, faculty, staff, and the public, and this would be a great evening to take your girlfriend out.
Yeah, do the whole the dinner, and then do the play. There you go.
Yeah.
I got to put it out.
Oh, Melanie's asking, what was the character I played? I have no idea. I don't remember. It was some teen runaways thing. We were runaways who lived on
Fiddler on the Roof.
It wasn't Fiddler on the Roof. That was done a few years before I started, but we were teen runaways and we lived on a dock.
What about Pippin?
That was the setup. What?
Pippin?
No, I didn't do any of that. No. Arsenic and Old Lace. I think I was in that. And Camelot, I was a knight.
Oh, there you go.
One of the knights of King Arthur's Round Table. So anyway, enough of all that. Talent engagement, you know them. They're having a lunch and learn, the ABCs of compensation. These interactive sessions will focus on understanding HCC's approach to compensation and gathering insights from employees. Talent engagement will facilitate open dialogue to uncover what aspects of HCC's compensation structure are effective and where needs for improvement may lie. Next one is today at 11:30. Check our post after the show for more information. And we've got a math challenge coming up as well.
Yes, the HCC Math Challenge with awards, gifts, and internships. The 2024 HCC Math Challenge is designed to gauge students' math skills and peak at their interest in STEM fields. Current HCC students are encouraged to apply, and awards can include gift cards, a tablet, calculators, and even a summer research internship plus stipend. Did I get that one right again this time? Stipend?
You did. It's not stipend, but stipend.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
This will take place April 5th. That'll be on a Friday at the Eastside campus at the Angela Morales building. And check out our post after the show for more info.
Jenny Waldo, she's one of our professors here at HCC. She's been on the show several times. Well, she's doing fundraising for an indie film. Raising money is one of the most challenging aspects of any indie production. Faculty member and filmmaker Jenny Waldo will lead this 4-week course that's designed to teach students how to get off the ground with raising money for your projects. It's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Saturdays in April, starting this Saturday at the A-Leaf Hayes Screening Theater. To register, it's $99 for the workshop. Check our post after the show for more information. And we're also going to have a blood drive at our Northline campus.
Yeah, give the gift of blood at the Northline campus. HCC students and the community will have the opportunity to donate blood through the Gulf Coast Regional Blood Center and receive a prize. This will take place Wednesday, April 10th, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Northline campus. The address is 8001 Fulton. And no registration is needed, and you could just check out our post after the show for more of that info.
I'm going to skip down to our registration because summer registration is underway right now. And you can also register for fall very shortly. It's going to start April the 15th for fall registration. That's very soon. Register early, get the classes you want, have enough time to pay for it, find scholarships, financial aid, whatever you need. We've got 5 ways to learn. 2 of them are completely online. 2 of them are hybrid, and then traditional in-person classes. For more information, you can visit hccs.edu/apply. Okay, tomorrow we'll welcome the return of the chair of HCC's Digital Communication, Simulation, and Gaming Division to talk about our Apple Community Education Initiative. And for Thursday's Family Fun, we'll be joined by the Fort Bend Animal Shelter to discuss its kitten shower and baby bottle training for the most vulnerable rescue animals. That should be cute. Yeah. So that'll be the show on Thursday. All right. Benji, good to see you here. Thanks for showing up on time this morning.
Of course. Yeah. Well, definitely. I'll keep doing that,
Okay. It's very good, especially for an on-air show. All right, folks. Thanks for being here. We'll be live again tomorrow at 10 a.m. for Up to the Minute.